DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Hey, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Mil Nikon. Please say hello to my other beautiful Vixens. We've got Jennifer JJ Flavor Pro. How you doing?
Hi, Emily. Good.
Good. We've got Rin Vapes. Hey, girl.
Hi.
And we've got Jen, the E-Juice Fairy.
How are you guys?
Looking all festive with her hat. And
I know, and you know, the one thing I'm wondering, everybody in chat or watching us, when they hear the intro, do they go like? Because that's what I do when it's like dun 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 dun.
I don't know, but I can't not like bob my head with it. It's so catchy. And guys,
Yeah.
I'm so excited today because not only do we get to hang out and talk with Fresh some more, but we have the godfather of DIY in the house, Addytuney. How you doing?
Hi guys, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love that part of your intro when it's like do 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 do.
It's catchy.
It's so cool. How did you guys do that? I mean, who did that?
I don't know if you can say.
Yeah, it's a super secret friend.
It was outsourced by someone in the
Very.
community.
It's very catchy and very cool. I feel like there's a subwoofer in my chair every time that I like it.
Subwoofer in the chair. Got it, Addytuney. Got it.
Fresh, how are you doing?
Good.
Thank you
Good.
so
How are you, Emily?
I'm good.
Still haven't forgiven you.
But I love you.
I love you too. There's still in the back of my brain. There's always going to be a piece like she betrayed me.
He
I'm gonna keep
betrayed.
trying. I'm gonna keep trying to win your trust again.
Look at that love, Fresh. How can you hold that grudge with all that love coming your way?
Well, not just that. She's forever in his debt, so she'll always love him a lot. She'll never miss out on any love moving forward.
Right, he's just waiting for one day he needs a favor from me. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
It's your chance to earn forgiveness.
yep.
You need to sponsor me into Canada. Don't ask questions.
Oh God.
That day will come.
Funny.
That's mighty fine. I saw Daytime Frank. I mixed up his thank you fresh and Addy recipe just now.
Yeah.
That's mighty fine.
Mighty
fine.
What's in it?
He showed
It's,
me a recipe.
It's strawberry. It's a strawberry blueberry kiwi custard. So it's in the theme of Addytuney and Fresh03, but he switched out some ingredients and it's really nice. There's a he used the jungle flavors Bavarian cream, and it actually gives like a hint of chocolate to the recipe. It's kind of nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just kind of subtle, but it's there, and it's really nice.
Cool. I really like that jungle flavors Bavarian cream. It's nice. It's different than TFA. But
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice smooth mix. Got enough custard that I'm appreciative.
I don't think I have it. I gotta put that on the list. Damn it.
You could always use trusty old TFA, but it ain't gonna be the same, Addytuney.
What have
I
you
just
guys done this week? Anybody try to hit those stores last minute and get in that craziness?
We went grocery shopping. We went grocery shopping today.
Oh goodness.
It was joyous.
Wasn't it?
There was
My daughter sent me a picture of the parking lot. She works at a grocery store.
oh my
She works
gosh.
at a huge grocery store. And it was insane just getting in there just for her to park to get
There was
into.
There was like 8 carts available for when you came to the store. There was like 8 carts.
Oh,
So
there was
like,
none. You had to pretty much stand there and hawk the people leaving.
it was nuts. It was interesting to see the people who were trying to be patient and the people who had just completely lost it. It was nuts.
And I would have lost it had I not had my little stealthy stealth.
Nice.
That's how you do grocery store. When you're going to be there longer than you need to be. You're like, you just sit there and you smile.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everybody!
All right. There's some verified salt nick in there.
No, it's not verified. It's actually a 5-ingredient recipe. It's super simple, but it works. And Rin is laughing.
I mean, 5 ingredients, simple.
Yeah.
Debatable.
Yeah, that's verified simple. Addytuney, 5 ingredients.
I mean, 5 ingredients. If you do strawberry, you got to do a little bit of another strawberry, right? So that's 2.
Absolutely.
And then I like it with a little bit of raspberry, right?
Okay, I get it.
Apricot bumps the strawberry up a little.
Yeah.
And
You get a
then
nice, I like that
a
nice little boost you get.
agent, and then you got a 5-ingredient eat simple recipe.
I love your Grinch hat.
You like that?
I do.
I like it too, man. I mean, there were so many regular hats at the store. When I saw this one, I was like, "Oh, I want that one." Why? Because it's different. It was on sale too. I bought it on Saturday, so it was already, I think, 25% off. But I mean, I've got a hat that I enjoy, not just a simple Santa hat.
Cute. I like that it's different. So is everyone ready? Like for Christmas? Like it's only 2 days away.
Yeah, I mean,
is anyone freaking out a little bit? Like
I get like
I'm freaking out because I mailed out a package on Monday and I send it priority mail 3 days. I figured 4 days. Maybe it'll be there Thursday. Maybe Friday. Friday I get a notification. It just left North Carolina Friday.
Oh no.
It's
yeah, I've got something coming in the mail for Megan. That's like her big gift. And it's not here yet. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm starting to panic a little bit. Well, not get here.
Well,
the saddest part about it is that I've had it and I didn't mail it on purpose because I didn't want them opening it before Christmas. So I wanted it to get Friday so I can, make this for my son, make him wait till Tuesday. Now I'm like, shit, he might not have it till Wednesday.
Oops.
Emily's got a couple things working against her though. She's got Canadian Post working against her, and then second, she lives out on a freaking island. Yeah. So, I mean, granted, it's an enormous island, but it's still an
island. So, like, you always have to tack on a day or two for.
Yeah, because it could hit Vancouver, and then they're just like, I'm not heading over that way for a couple more days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe we're considering Florida a foreign country now.
Are we?
I don't know, because I mean that it might be going through customs. I mean, who knows why it's taking so long?
Oh,
damn! I always get freaked out this time of year because I wonder if I forgot anything. It's like,
yeah.
All I have to buy is lottery tickets, so I end up buying a few extra lottery tickets. So if I do forget, then
I that too. But my thing is, I get a little ambitious at this time of year. And this year was like especially so. So like, as far as a lot of my presents are handmade or like baked. So like I've got this and cookies and like candy and stuff I'm making but I always have to time it just right so like stuff doesn't go stale, and so I always kind of feel that pressure like, okay.
I make soap. So I mean I did make my batches of soap.
I think I need some more soap, Jen.
You're out.
Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, and I just made some more, so I mean, I can ship them out.
That patchouli one. Oh. I've still got 2 bars left that are the green one and the blue one, but that patchouli one was like, I love this.
So your house smells like a hippie?
No, it's very light and very feminine with a nice like floral note to it. And it was so good, and even the hubby liked it.
Yeah, the patchouli, I usually mix it with a little bit of a floral, whether it be sometimes I use lavender. Sometimes I use it's always a different flower, but I'll add lavender is usually my go-to, either lavender or a little bit of mint. So I think by her description, I must have put lavender or another flower in it.
Yeah, it seemed like I think it was lavender and a little bit of rose.
Yes, that too. I do use rose, but I use very little bit of rose. Otherwise, it'll smell like old lady.
Yeah, it was
old lady with powder.
Too much elderflower.
Yeah.
So Emily, what you do crafty stuff? You said a lot of stuff you made was handmade.
I just started knitting.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so it's I definitely overreached this year, and I had to do some store-bought things for some people because I underestimated how long something would take. So
what did you make? Scarves? Hats?
A scarf. And it's not just like a regular scarf, but it's like, I don't know if anyone knows anything about knitting, but it's a brioche knit. So it's like double-sided. So it takes like double the amount of yarn and double the amount of time. It's like 2 rows for every row. So I definitely bit off more than I can chew, but that's kind of my go-to. This is what I do. I just get too ambitious.
I'll tell you, nice yarn is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
People don't realize, you give a hand knitted gift, it's pricey.
It's pricey and it's time consuming.
Yeah.
Like, I can complain all I want to about making soap, but I can make a huge batch at one time, and the most time consuming thing is waiting for it to cool and cutting it and then wrapping it, putting it in the cellophane and stuff and wrapping it up. That's it. You knitting, that is the bomb. That is time consuming.
Yeah, that's a labor of love.
It's fun though. It's really cool to see. You can
relaxing
see before your eyes something's happening. Like I'm making this, and you just watch it grow. It's like instant gratification. It's pretty cool.
That's very cool. So Daytime Frank ran a St. Jude benefit raffle, raised almost $3,100.
It was awesome. It was like 31.75, something like that.
It was over 31. Perfect.
Yeah, almost $3,200. So
that's great.
Good job out there, everybody. Good job.
Yeah. Excellent job. And Fresh did a 5-hour plus live stream yesterday to benefit St. Jude.
Yeah, my voice is still recovering from that.
I don't know how you do that, Fresh. That's nuts.
Luckily, I had a bunch of good people that came on the show and were willing to give some time, and some of them gave quite a bit of money, and so it was really good. We raised $1,700 there, so St. Jude's got a nice chunk of change. So
I was hoping to make it back in time, but we were fighting the traffic at Target.
Yeah. When you said you were headed out shopping, I was like, "Ooh, she's not gonna make it.
She's not coming back.
She's not gonna make this show." Like, all right, let's move someone else over into the tobacco power hour.
So, we got back at like 5, I think.
Yeah, luckily we had Dietz from the Fog Vlog, and we had Max Savage on. Both of those guys are incredibly knowledgeable with tobacco. So we also had Hippie Vapes on right then, and so we had Hippie learning from those two. And so he basically got a shopping list. We came up with a really nice tobacco custard for him, and then at that time it was time to move on. By the time we got all that done, it was time to move on to the next crew of people that were coming in. So.
And if you ever need me, Fresh, hit me up. Hit me on Facebook Messenger, because I sometimes turn off my Discord. A lot of times I turn off my Discord notification because I have so many different notifications on Discord that it just distracts me. And I'm ADD as hell. So when I have all these distractions, I'm like, I don't get anything done because then I'm responding to everybody. But my Facebook Messenger is always on. So hit me up an hour before anything if you ever need me.
Okay.
If you ever want me, you don't have to need me. You might just want me.
We all want you to.
Let me give it. I was going to say, how creepy can we take this?
Yeah.
Like if you've ever been around one of my shows, it can get a little creepy, or a lot creepy. It depends on what sort of mood I'm in. All right.
Remember the one Chit Chat show, and I don't know, the question came about like, what do you look for in guys, and how do you judge guys? And it came up about you look at their shoes first.
I had to go buy new shoes.
Yeah.
Did you have to go buy new shoes?
I went and bought a new set of hiking boots.
Oh, look at there! I like your shoes, man.
I had to bring.
I'm gonna run grab my hiking boots so I can get the Juice Fairy approval.
And I didn't know if these were gonna make pass muster or not.
Yep, those pass. Those definitely pass. I like.
All
those.
right, good.
Pair of blue jeans, those, and a nice shirt. But now, I like those too, Addie.
Oh, look at those snazzy.
See, you guys have clean shoes. It's cool. You guys know what I mean by nasty shoes. Come on, I could probably go find one of my husband's that I'm gonna
see. All I got, see, those are my new hiking boots. My comfy hiking boots. I won't show you those.
My daughter said the funniest thing to me the other day because my husband got all dressed up. I was like, "Oh, you're so cute." She goes, "Mom, it's because he always looks like trash. So when he sets your standards really low, so all he has to do is shave, and all of a sudden you think he's hot."
That's funny. She's not wrong.
Still smoking?
Huh? Yeah. Well, I hope not because he's driving my car to South Carolina, so I filled him up with 2 pods, put one on the charger, the other one was fully charged, and sent him on. So yeah, he's still smoking.
Tell him your crew says he's got to get rid of that. Kick that shit off to the side.
He will in the spring. I guarantee you. Watch. I'm going to come on one of the Chit Chat shows in the spring and say, allergy season. He's quit smoking because he had an asthma attack.
So I totally ripped off Rin's pie crust recipe, her trifecta, for a mix yesterday.
Yeah, she did really well with that pie crust now.
Yeah, it's yummy.
Yeah, that pie crust is amazing, Rin. Amazing.
I'm trying to think of where it is.
What did we decide to call it? Rin's shell?
No.
Because
that's not what we decided.
Wait a minute. What are we calling it?
Rin's crust was off the table, so it's Rin's shell now.
Yeah, my shell. See, she gets me.
She doesn't like crusty bitch.
No. No, thank you.
So yeah, if anybody uses Rin's shell in the recipe, now you have to put hashtag, you put I stole hashtag Rin shell.
So I did come up with something fun yesterday. I did I just moved the page. So it was a lot of mixing yesterday during Fresh's live show. So we did a root beer, Soho, and Fresh's quick custard, which is liquid burnt vanilla ice cream and flavor of vanilla pudding.
Yeah.
So that wintergreen goes pretty nice with that Soho. I was kind of hoping it might, and it does.
Mm.
It's only 2 days in, but
I never thought to put those 2 flavors together.
Well, Grim Green.
I think we got that from Grim Green.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had never mixed before he came on the well, no, he had mixed before, but he never gave it a serious shot.
Uh-huh.
He's mixed since then, Addytuney.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he was vaping old school again.
Yeah, I noticed a couple times, like the podcast or his vlog, he'll mention vaping something that he mixed. I'm like, that's awesome. It's neat to see someone like that get into mixing, and give it a shot, give it a nod.
Well, I think that all it takes is one solid, successful recipe.
Yeah. And he said he found it very empowering, and now he's like, all right, I kind of understand you DIYers now. I'm like, see?
Nice. Cool. Yeah, he mixed up a banana root beer. Like, that's such a weird combination.
Oh, it's so good though.
It is very good.
Yeah, like Loran's banana cream clear in with like flavor root beer. It's so good.
Well, I don't like Loran's banana and cream because it gives me a little bit of the pepper note.
Really? Do you use the TFA then?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just build one?
That gives me 2, but I usually try to use just banana, like from Flavor West, and then put some cream in it. So what I did was I used like 0.10 banana and the rest of it cream just to cream it up, because really with the root beer and banana, what the banana is doing is the same thing that coconut does in other creams. So all it's doing is just adding a certain sweetness. I don't taste it, not the way I mix it. I don't taste the banana itself, but it adds the ice cream and makes the ice cream not so vanilla-y. It's good. That's the only way I like the root beer float is with the note of banana in there.
Yeah.
I would think that one of the vape train banana nut creams might work in it too.
So just their straight ice cream. Got it.
Yeah, got it.
Well, Noted's doing root beer in a couple weeks, so maybe I'll make a simple little banana root beer just to try it out for the heck.
Oh, you're gonna really like it, Emily.
Try it with a little Soho and tell me what you think.
I will. I definitely will, because I'm all for mixing stuff, just like that banana mint recipe I did a while back. I'm all for mixing weird stuff and seeing how it comes out. So.
Root beer and Soho?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and Fresh's quick custard.
Interesting.
It's that wintergreen is kind of forward in root beer. And yeah.
Which root beer did you use?
What's that?
Which root beer did you use?
Flavora.
Okay.
Flavora at 0.3, Soho at 0.9, and Fresh's quick custard is liquid burnt vanilla custard at 4%, and Flavora vanilla pudding at 0.5%.
Yep, 0.5%.
Nice.
And shake that sucker up. It's just straight custard, straight dappy goodness.
I've been playing with tobaccos lately, and I was trying to make a menthol tobacco, right? And that's always been my nemesis because they always taste too much this or too much that. I mean, I can make them cool. But did you know, so I did research. You know how our DIYers are. We decide we're going to read all kinds of crap. So I started pulling up what a Marlboro menthol and a Newport have in it. What kind of mint note does it have in it? So in my reading, I found out that it is a menthol that has a peppermint note in it. And the peppermint note is light. But in further reading down, did you know that all cigarettes have a certain amount of menthol in it?
No, that's crazy.
Thinking about it, I would believe it.
Most have licorice and vanilla and stuff in it too, and chocolate.
Well, I was specifically looking for menthol, and they all have what is that?
Flavor West cream de menthe and Flavor cream de menthe, because cream de menthe is based off of peppermint. Give that a try.
And Flavor is creme de menthe. There's a chocolate note in it that works well with tobacco.
Yeah, but it also has a coconut note.
You can kind of hide that depending on your tobacco.
I don't ever get coconut from it. But
there's a little bit. It's kind of like their sweet coconut is in it.
Okay.
Which isn't super strong, but it's got that little bit of waxy.
Ruin another flavor for me.
Sorry.
It's a very mild note. You may not even notice it if you've blended it with other stuff, but if you try it straight on its own, you'll taste a little hint of coconut in the back.
Like tasting it in your hand before mixing it. You could taste the coconut note. But it was just very interesting to me that there was that little bit of menthol in cigarettes that all cigarettes have of some sort. They have other notes as well, but knowing that it's so little of it that you can't taste it, that would make sense, a lot of sense, why a little bit of cooling agent would work in a tobacco if it's very, very little for a tobacco smoker, even if it's not meant to be cold.
Fine, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now I'm playing with that, so now I'm going down that rabbit hole. Thanks, internet. Thanks to Google.
Damn Google.
Well, before we go to anything else, I want to make sure that the show doesn't end before I ask this question I've been asking every guest. And since you guys are so well known, I want to know, both of you, what's the one or two mixes that you guys have mixed up over the years that is your that embodies you, that either you're most proud of or is most your style, or what's a mix that if someone has never mixed anything up by either of you, what's a mix that's this is my work?
Ooh.
Well, it's got to be my Addy's custard, and that was the combination of blueberry, strawberry, kiwi. And, back then it was you know, the version 1 of custard. It was rough 5 years ago to find good flavors. You know, you had TFA strawberry, and blueberries were kind of rough too. So back then I was using Capella's. I still like Capella's blueberry. I think probably because that's what I kind of started with. The first blueberry I found that was good.
Weren't you using My Freedom Smokes blueberry when you made that?
Yeah. And then they quit making it.
Yeah. So you said switch over to. I think you said you were switching to blueberry extra. That's how I wound. That's how I wound up mixing it with blueberry extra the first time. I was like, "Gun, that's good."
Like the Capella's.
No, I still don't like Capella's blueberry.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I could taste that one, but I did go through a blueberry blindness stage, and I think I'm still slightly blueberry blind. Like some people are strawberry blind. Don't know why. I don't think I eat anything that would make me blueberry blind. But Capella's, I cannot taste it at all. Most of what I get out of blueberries is bitter notes. I get like the sour note or the floral note. I push it too high, and then I get the floral note. I just can't balance it. I have to use other stuff like razzleberry or raspberries or boysenberry.
I've been digging the quote unquote holy trinity that's been going around on Reddit for a while, which is Flavor West, TFA extra, and a little bit of bilberry. It's been a really nice combination.
That is a nice
Flavor West is the only one I could taste, but it's because it's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's a candy, so I guess I could taste it.
Now that we have boysenberry, that pretty much goes in any dark berry that I'm putting together. I love it so much.
Yeah, that flavor of flavor of boysenberries. A recipe. If I wanted someone to mix something up of mine, I would probably say probably that Tres Leches de Phenom, just because it turned out really, really, really well. Like, it's an absolutely delicious recipe. It's overly complicated. There's way too much shit in it. But you shake it up and you vape it that first time, you're like, son of a gun, that's really good. And then
when you say way too much shit, how much?
It's like 13 ingredients.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's a fairy-fied recipe. But the reason I say that, I mean, not just because it's a really, really good recipe and it just gets better and better and better the longer you let it sit, is because it was a joint effort of everybody that was on the show that day. And that's been the most fun I have in the community, is when I'm doing like the Saturday shows and, you know, everybody's pitching in on a recipe or everybody's sharing their thoughts about what does what, and, you know, there's just ideas flying around the room, and then you're able to see those finished products come together. And that was one of those recipes where everybody was, you know, throwing different ideas out about how to put together a Tres Leches cake. And it just, the way that it turned out, it was so good. It was so good. Like I said, it's way too complicated. There's way too much stuff in it, but man, it's good. It is so good.
Do you know what I do with those I trust you, so I think I will. What I do with those super complicated recipes, because they're complicated for me. I mean, I verify my recipes. I get it. I said it too, guys. I used the word. But when it's something turns out really good and I enjoy it and I know I'm going to want it a couple of times, I go ahead and make a 10 ml one shot of it. Yeah. Because that way I'm only mixed it once, but then I'm able to make it a couple of more times without having to pull every damn thing in the kitchen sink out.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, then lately, I don't know. I've been getting more into the spicy stuff. So, you know, now the good spices are out, the eggnog and pumpkin spice by Flavora. It's like, I just can't get enough of the spice. You know, now root beer and tobacco and.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying spice in mixes. It seems like I'll make a lot of people's recipes and you know, throughout and try them, and then I'll let them steep. I'll like forget about them, right? So I'll pull something out and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is really nice. And it seems like when I look it up, it's got like gingerbread in it or eggnog or, you know, like something spicy. It kind of catches my attention, and just enough, you know, just sometimes just a little bit just to kind of set something apart. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Your dog's big.
Yeah. She's a big shepherd mix.
And then There's Paul. Yeah, Paul was on that show too. He was helping with that recipe. The most recent recipe that I really like the way that it turned out was that halfling sleep I did for Jen's show, which is 3/4 of the recipe was already done by the time that I walked into the idea, because I just used cardinal on it. But then I added a custard and a little bit of butterscotch to it to really push that caramel. And it turned into like a caramelly butterscotchy tobacco over a custard base. It was so good. So I've gone through several 30 mils of that stuff. That one's actually pretty simple. So thanks, Jen, for giving me the excuse to throw that together.
It's also nominated for Wayne's tobaccos, I think.
Is it?
The year recipe. Somebody nominated it already.
Oh wow. Well, I mean, if I win, I'm just going to be like, give it to frickin' Fear, because I totally ripped Cardinal off.
Hey,
I'm still making the Poison Ivy. I'm still liking that one.
Lino, yes, that recipe is public. It's called Tres Leches de Phenom, because we made it for Phenom Vape's birthday. It's also called the Milk of Cons.
The Milk of Cons.
Yep.
I love Phenom.
Yeah, because we went through a phase where we were calling him the Con of Cons. Then, just recently we started calling Rin Ringus Con. Well, I did anyway.
That's the Rinja.
The Rinja. That's
Part
right.
Asian.
That's right. Turned out she was part Asian.
0.1%.
Just enough to justify all of it.
Swing that katana around.
Yeah, my dad randomly sends me this Facebook message, and he's like, "Did you know that there's a term for you in the Japanese culture? Apparently, you're a weeb." And I'm like, "Excuse me?"
All right,
I'm like, it's like this obsessed person that like literally just rips off the Asian culture, like, you know what I mean. And I was like, number one, I wouldn't say I'm obsessed, and number two, don't discount my 0.10. Like,
Sure, give me credit where credit's due
now.
well, all those times with a kimono and the Asian makeup, there was a explains it.
yeah, it's not appropriation anymore. It's just embracing every part of
Your
myself.
heritage.
Yes.
That's right. Plus, she's got like a closet full of katanas, so that's also justified now.
Pretty how she got knocked off the walls.
Yeah.
Well, who's been mixing up something interesting this week?
Frank's mix is really good. That Thank You Fresh and Addy. It's really.
I gotta mix that up.
Yeah.
Must be nice for you guys to have a week off where you don't have to mix up 4 or 5 mixes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is nice every now and then to just kind of take a breather and vape something that's not like in testing and vape something like either someone else's recipe or.
Are all of you the same way I am though? Like even if I've got like an excuse not to mix that week, like I'm still mixing stuff.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
Lauren's like, no.
You gotta vape.
Nope.
Nope. I'm going out and buying commercial juice, bitches.
No, I honestly, like my all-day vapes have been very basic lately. Like I was vaping acai by itself forever. Right now I'm vaping acai with smooth vanilla in it. Yeah. Before that, I was vaping Wayne's Pink Punch for a while until I stopped tasting lemon. I don't know. I don't. I get mixed out. I don't know if that's a term, but the every week thing is like enough for me. Like I don't need to do anything else.
Yeah, you can get burnt out mixing every week.
So
my problem is noted. I hate noted. I say that all the time. I hate noted. They'll say what something tastes like. I'm like, oh, I've been looking for that flavor. Hold on, let me go get it out. Well, this doesn't taste like papaya, but it tastes like this. Oh God, let me go try it. This doesn't taste like raspberry. It tastes like, oh, that's a great idea.
What's up,
and then almost every Tuesday, I post something saying to Emily, I hate noted.
I love noted. I love it for the same reason everyone loves it. Like there's some really good flavor notes, and then Dave starts talking.
Yeah.
And then you just sit back. You sit back and wait for the awful descriptions to come out. Like it tastes like I'm licking a toner cartridge that was up a cat's butt. Like,
Yeah,
I've never thought about that flavor that way before, Dave. But yeah, I get where you're coming from, man.
toner cartridge. Yeah, that was one.
Noted is just a voice box for Dave's outlandish descriptions, let's be honest.
I do love it, or I wouldn't watch it. I mean, it comes on so late for me, and
Yeah.
I watch it every Tuesday morning. And about noon, I'm like, I've got a list of shit. I have a notebook because I'm usually at work when I'm listening to it. I have headphones in. I have a notebook out, and I'm like, oh, and then I write down the descriptions, how one of them described it, and I'm like, okay, this goes with this recipe, and I'm doing like, how you do match this letter with the
referencing.
Yeah, and I'm like,
nice. Well, that's great. I love hearing stuff like that people, find it useful and
It's a great show. I usually throw you guys on, say hi to the chat, and then I'm usually asleep. But
me too.
Yeah,
the calming tones of Dave's voice, just being irate at things.
Yeah.
So Emily, what do you do? A couple rows of your stitching, your knitting, and then you chain vape for a while, and then do a couple more rows.
I do a row and I vape a couple hits, and then I do a row and then I'll vape a couple hits. It's got like a little system going. It's pretty funny. It's nice to relax now. Throw on an audiobook and I'll just sit there.
I'm so ADD. I can't sit down long enough to do stuff like that. So God has a sense of humor, and He makes me sit down sometimes. It just happened last week. So, what is everybody gonna do tomorrow? Anybody have any special?
Oh, I'm sleeping.
You're sleeping.
I'm sleeping so much tomorrow. It's gonna be beautiful.
Sounds like
you have to work today.
I don't have to. No, I have. I don't have to go back to work till Wednesday. So I think Life has said he's going to be doing a show at some point tomorrow. So I'll probably jump on Life's show, and then my nephew's in town, so I'll probably go hang out with him if I get a chance. So he's about to graduate high school and turn 18 and be a grown up adult. Like, it's crazy. I remember throwing him so high that his mom thought he was going to get stuck in a tree.
Yeah, those 16, 17-year-olds, when they turn 18 and start adulting, actually, my daughter doesn't watch the show. That's one of the books. I bought her a book for Christmas it's a journal for adulting, and it gives you all the things that might happen to you, like one page at a time, and then write your story underneath it. So
that sounds awesome.
Journaling with a purpose is what the book is called for adulting. Yeah. Your first shot at adulting. I thought that was hilarious.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Yeah, he had such a rough time in high school. I can't wait for him to get to college and see that not the whole world is not like high school is at all. Like the second you get out of high school, like things change drastically for everybody. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for him to do that.
For sure.
Yeah. College is very different. It's very different.
It's that's when you get to figure out who the fuck you are.
Yeah, or who you're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. What the fuck am I going to do now?
Yeah.
We usually go to my wife's cousin's every Christmas Eve. She's got a bunch of kids, and her family comes over, so it'll be nice.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Play with the babies.
Yeah, and there's like food, just unbelievable amounts of food, everywhere.
That's nice. That's nice. I mean, that's what I enjoy the most about Christmas is all the food and just chitter chattering and watching little kids play around.
Yeah.
And my kids are big, so there's no more playing.
I know it.
That's not playing.
We come over there, we're like the jungle gym.
Yeah. I want to. I'm a big kid, so I like playing with the little kids.
Yeah, me too.
I like getting on the floor and playing with them and giving them terrible toys that their parents hate.
Yeah.
Kids just make the holidays extra special, you know?
They're like, we're gonna leave this here so they can play when they come over to your house. I'm like, no, take it home. They want it.
You want to take it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I like to sit back and wait for one of the kids to push one of the pets too far, and then just like there's a cat attack or a dog attack, and it's always kind of funny. You're like, kids got to learn. You just got to let them get, the dog just bowls them over a little bit. They cry for a minute, and then they get up and they're fine.
How big is the dog?
It depends on how big the dog they're messing with is.
Oh, God.
They'll figure it out. Natural consequences.
Exactly. There's natural consequences. You pull on a cat's tail, it's probably going to go at you. So I don't know. I always just laugh at things like that.
My niece and nephew are coming over, I think, tomorrow as well. And they're little. They're 7 and 4. And I bought them educational toys, but then I bought the regular, because they're the only babies I can buy toys for. So then I bought little toys and Play-Doh and stuff that's really messy. And they can, if they want to, they can play with it. They can leave it at my house. I don't care. As long as they come over and they have a good time. They'll have a good time, even if they lose everything before they leave.
Nice.
Christmas is about the kids, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, this is the first Christmas that there won't be any kids around in my family. My niece has moved up to Princeton, and they're, so they're not coming back down, and so it'll be interesting. It'll be definitely different, more adult, I guess. So we always we gamble on Christmas. We'll play like card games with money.
Oh yeah.
So
Poker?
yeah. Well, not poker. What's the game called? I don't remember what it's called, but I don't know. I think it's some Canadian thing. But we play with quarters, and it's fun. But we'll probably be a lot of that now if there's no kids. A lot more of that.
Ever get heated? Like somebody wins all the money and it gets real heated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had an uncle that pulled a gun on another uncle at one of those. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's Montana. He wasn't actually going to shoot him. It was to prove, he's proving a point. But yeah, that's
down here. So if you guys hear noises, it's my dog.
Yeah. Yeah, my uncles, we had he had like a cement koi pond that he had built, but they would float all the beers in there because it was cold the whole time. And so these people would be, they'd come out, grab a beer and go back in. And all of a sudden you hear some yelling coming from inside. You go in and like guys got a revolver out and you're like, oh Jesus.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that around here because
that's a Montana thing, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I live in North Carolina, and if one person pulls out a gun, everybody on that table might pull one out, and you never know who's trigger happy. So we don't pull them out unless we intend to using them. It could be very dangerous here.
I don't know about guns, but Christmas definitely does bring out the drama in families for sure.
Yeah.
It seems like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday with Brian, like how sometimes during the holidays you have to make time for yourself just to be alone and just not have to deal with any of it during the holidays. So
yeah, it's a stressful time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I say is, and I'll say this to everybody in chat and everybody here, think of your elderly people. There are a lot of elderly people that are home alone during the holidays, and they're reminiscing and remembering, years gone past with their kids or with their loved ones who might not be here anymore, and they might be alone. So think of them when the holidays are around and check up on them.
Yeah. Yep, reach out to people, tell them you love them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Except for Emily, I'll never forgive you.
One day, I'll keep hoping. Well, guys, so I don't know if you know this or not, but we've reached 1,000 subs on this channel, and we thought we would do something special for everybody. And Flavora, being one of our sponsors, and being so awesome that they are, they decided to help us out, and so we're gonna do a giveaway. So we decided to break it up to 5. Is it 10? Yeah, 5 10 flavor giveaways, and we're gonna do a few of them right here today. And then next week, JJ?
Yep.
We'll do the Facebook. Well, because that way people who maybe can't for some reason catch us live have a chance to still win something fun.
And we'll do that drawing next week on the judging show.
Okay, cool.
And that way they if they didn't see it on Facebook, but they heard about it from watching us after the fact, they have next week to go ahead and join and do what they have to do.
Yep, there's just a post in Facebook. Just leave a comment and you get assigned a number, and it's going to be a random number drawing.
I like it.
So for this one today, there's 84 people here watching right now. So what are we going to do, guys? I don't know much about like randomizers and stuff, but like, should we just do a question or people who like respond to X1 or something get into the randomizer? Does anyone have something like that set up real quick that they could?
I could grab all your participants and throw them in a randomizer.
That would be great.
That would be awesome, Fresh.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've done a giveaway or two in my time. So, so everybody that's in, you have to give everybody a moment though. You go like this. Everybody that wants to be entered in, go ahead and type MV. Go ahead and type MV for MIXINVIXENS.
Yeah, good one.
Not X1 wrench. I see you out there, Mr. Paschuk.
That was just an example. Sorry.
You've been hanging out with the vape team too long, Greg. You need to come back to the B team. Come hang out with us.
That was good that you said MV, because that way nobody started before you actually said those words.
Yeah. There you go. Now all the people that are actually interested in getting in on it, all those people that are hanging out, lurking a little bit.
Yeah.
They get their chance.
Yeah.
All the new names.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you do that, all of a sudden you'll see a bunch of new names. Korgath. What's up, Korgath?
Fresh had the vape team on yesterday. You had the whole vape team on yesterday, except for Pagan.
Except for Mark. Yeah, Mark wasn't able to make it, but I did have Mike and Brian and Wayne on at the same time. So that's a power trio if there ever was one. The power hour. Yeah. I was really happy with how that turned out, because everybody had we had a really good discussion about kind of what the products that we're looking forward to and all that. So it was a lot. It was all right. So
and there's no piffing.
I think that's one.
No piffing?
Like people say, oh, I don't want to give it to, like, no, like you put the little thingy in there, then you're
taking your flavors and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, take them, all 10 of them.
You're gonna take them flavors and love them
with the new bottles too.
You guys are gonna get to choose what flavors you want, so that may persuade some people who aren't participating to participate. You can choose.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool that they get to choose. I just told them no, because I just assumed they were going to pick it. But no, Bryson said that they get to choose. So
I don't care what anyone says. He's an all right guy.
Yeah.
Bryson, yeah, he's pretty good people.
Yeah.
He tends to be a pretty nice guy.
Mr. B.
He's trying to make him go bankrupt. You want some Alpine strawberry too?
Because I want 10 Alpine strawberries. Yeah. I want 10 smooth vanillas.
Pretty sure it's going to be one flavor.
Okay, I'm about to screen share something here. Boom. There's all that, everybody. Move it over just a little bit. All right, so let's go ahead. And how many times do you want me to randomize people up, or you just want to take the first three?
Let's do 3. That's kind of the norm, right?
Yep. So there's the first one. There's the second one. And here comes number 3. So we're giving it to the first 3 people.
The big wieners.
Yes.
First 3 people. All right, JFM. Addytuney.
If I piff it, Ren.
All right, so we'll cross Addytuney off like he was never there. JFM, Sub, and Chotchke.
Tchotchke.
Catchy.
All right.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
everybody.
There you go. I think that was ultra fair.
Yeah.
Ultra fair. Now they've got to communicate with us. So do they send us an email, communicate with us by Discord or Facebook? How do they get us their email address? So that we can
Well,
touch-
we do have a Discord, but I think maybe email might be the best.
yeah,
Sure.
email to MIXINVIXENS email.
It's DIY mixinvixens@gmail.com.
Yeah, JFM. JFM, yeah, you get 10 flavors of your choice from Flavora.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
Yeah, JFM, Tchotchke. Who was the sub-vids?
James has
Sub-vids. I don't think it was sub-vapes. I think it was sub-vids.
some bids.
Yes,
So
it was.
JFM says to pivot. Now, some of those people didn't communicate during that time because, like, I know I was in there and I didn't post. So I guess if he wants to piff, I'm okay with it.
How about JFM gifts it to somebody?
Yeah, you
Instead
pick
of a
the person.
piff, he gifts it. Pick who you want. Pick who you want to give that to. Yeah.
Turn the heat on him. Like, hey, you want a piff?
Yeah, here you go.
Okay, so that was sub-vapes. Sub-vapes did win.
Okay.
Change his name.
just email us some babes.
So I put DIYMixInVixens@gmail.com in the chat.
Nice. JFM gave it to Train Sonic.
Sweet.
Train Sonic 2 peeps.
Awesome.
That is a damn fine choice. I concur, Mr. Burgundy. A whale's vagina to you, good sir.
Whale's vagina.
Whale's vagina. That's right.
Where did that come from?
Anchorman.
Oh, that'd be why I don't know it.
Because
I always heard that too. I'm like, every time he sees him, he says that. What the heck is that?
yeah, because San Diego, according to Ron Burgundy, means a whale's vagina. So, Mr. Burgundy,
Okay.
whale's vagina to you, good sir. It's funny. It's funny, you know. People hang out on the shows long enough, like you get a gimmick going for them.
Like V-Dog. You do a V-Dog thing too.
V-Dog.
The Vape Ross Vape thing. We do the Daytime Frank thing.
Yeah. No, I always take a minute to vape with King Jig. You know,
Yeah.
everybody gets like a little gimmick with us. It's like they're on the
I
show
feel
themselves.
like part of the family. Ren gave me my gimmick now.
I want him one.
Yep.
Well,
What
It wasn't
did you
me.
compare-
That was
compare-
Emily, damn it. I just started making fun of you because of it. And I said something, I forget, like fairyful, something like that. And then she said verified. That
Okay,
was her
so-
thing.
So Emily might have started it, but
I'm
you
kind
grew
of
it.
a trendsetter.
You watered that plant. You fed that plant. You made it grow into what it is today.
I
I
don't
threw
know
some
if you
fertilizer on it,
realize
too.
this, Jen, but I'm kind of a trendsetter in the community. I mean, you know, everyone now knows what the hell a Dave Berry Trinity is. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of a thing. I
It's
do.
a thing.
I want
No,
to
no hashtag.
Jarvis has been working on over there. Oh, how cool is that?
You have to say something so we can see you big.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't on bag. It's just dependent. It's a mammoth tooth with silver wire, turquoise bead, and hematite.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Trying to
That
make it
looks
look like a tooth.
That a gift for somebody?
Yeah, daughter's boyfriend. It's not perfect. All of my wire is pretty shit right now. But I got 14 karat gold wire, silver. I tried to straighten it as best I could.
Got it.
Nice.
Me, I just poured soap in the mold, cut it.
So when you make soap, do you use like different stuff to flavor it, or do you use like the same stuff you put in vape juice, or is it completely different?
No. I actually have essential oils. I buy all the essential. I use bulk apothecary. Like when I buy my VG, I mean, I don't leave bulk apothecary ever without getting my 5-gallon bucket of VG, 10 pounds of soap, and then a shit ton of oils and essential oils. Like I have avocado oil, I have hemp seed oil, I have all the oils, I have fractionated coconut oil, I have all the stuff that's for edible or cosmetic. I mean, I make all my own stuff. I make my own deodorant, I make my own soap, I make my own everything. I'm one of those hippies. I don't look like a hippie, but I'm a modern day hippie. I
never would have guessed.
I make everything. No, we don't buy soap. We don't buy washing powders. We don't buy none of that stuff. I make all of that for the house.
That's cool. Awesome. That's awesome. Yeah.
So Jen Jarvis, I've been following this girl, Katarina Sutton on Instagram, and I bought this from her this year.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a common kind of style with the woman I know that started that style, Uni Oken. I've been doing jewelry stuffs for like 15 years. So
Rin makes some nice jewelry too.
Yeah.
He does.
Rin sent me a nice little bracelet a couple months ago.
I got my coily bracelet.
Probably never worn it.
No, I haven't worn it. I keep it right by my computer.
Oh, cool.
I can go get mine. It's in another room. It's in the jewelry.
I like how defensive she always gets. She's like, bitch.
Don't make me reach through the screen. It was my colors. You did good. You and JJ know my colors. You guys always. I must look like an ocean to you guys. I must look like blue or something.
You read? I got it on. No, I haven't worn
it. Have to be careful because it's magnetic, so like it likes to pick up stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It has snags of pieces of canthol in the past.
Yes. Or like you'll think you lose it and then it's like on the side of your mod or something. It's like, what the heck?
Mine's not magnetic.
But it's cool.
No.
It's so cool.
Are you
She made, like,
jealous?
little tiny coils in it. You know, all the little metal parts are little coils.
That's cool.
I was like, I was making jewelry for everyone, but I find it hard to make like masculine jewelry. So like the magnetic little beads were like the most masculine thing I have because I have a lot of crystals, which I don't imagine Addie would probably want to wear. So that's why that's like that.
It's a good choice. It looks nice.
Yeah.
It's stuck to my computer. Oh, you can't see it. It's stuck right to my computer.
Yeah.
Well, guys, what are we doing next? Who do we have next week for judges?
We have folk art next week for judge. Shindo and Concrete and folk art.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. A different palette.
Yeah.
Folk art's just gonna burn. He's just gonna burn the house down and walk out. That's the type of fella folk art is.
I retried my mix and I'm not thrilled with it.
Uh-oh.
I think it actually got worse after it steeped. I wanted to do like the one recipe, but like nobody had the stuff for it and I didn't want to send it. So I'm like, okay, well, do this one. Like everyone should have it, but I don't really like it.
Maybe they will.
I don't know. It's weird. Remember how you were talking about how the eggnog, like the mint and the cinnamon kind of clash?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Like the cinnamon became more pronounced as it steeped for some reason, and it's clashing with the mint. It's just kind of weird. It makes it more candied, which is not what I wanted at all.
Maybe you'll mix it and try it at day 3 or 4 and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they already mixed it though. I know Concrete was trying to mix his ahead of time. I'm not worried about it. I just don't expect anything because it's not.
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see how it turns out. I mean, I did one of my, I think I did the eggnog one. I think it's the one I turned in also. Was it? Or did I turn in the banana? I don't know.
I think you did banana.
I think I did the banana one. You're right.
One thing I want to say about you girls, you girls inspire me a lot with your recipes and make me try a lot of new things. And I really appreciate your show. I love your show, and you're doing great things. I wanted to get that out before we go off or whatever.
Thank you for watching us. Thank you everybody for, it's almost been a year. Oh, we hit 1,000. It's almost been a year. We've been here live with everybody. It's been quite a ride. We've learned a lot, even from each other. We've stolen each other's little tricks, and
absolutely.
I mean, it's been a good ride, man. I really enjoy it. Can't wait to see what 2019 brings us.
I was so pumped up when Rin said, she's getting the show together and this is what's going to happen. I'm like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. But it's like better than what I thought it was going to be.
No, that's great. That's all we can ask for, and it's neat that other people are enjoying it as much as we are, because really it's kind of selfish. We're doing it for us because it's fun to just, bounce things off each other. And yeah, we learn more about mixing from each other than if we would have done it by ourselves, so it's fun.
And we created a good friendship, because before this we were all mixers that kind of knew each other from different groups or different shows, but now, I mean, we'll touch base with each other during the week for absolutely no reason. Sometimes it's because we're working on a recipe and want somebody else to try it. So I mean, it's been really cool. I mean, I've shared recipes with Rin that are private, my recipes, I haven't released them because I didn't want anybody else to see it till I was ready. She enjoyed it. I've mailed stuff. I've helped Emily mix stuff, like on a Monday. JJ, same with them. When I'm like, can you mix this? They're like, I don't have that flavor. Especially Emily, poor Emily. Sometimes she just does not have it.
I know, as many flavors as I have, Jen always comes up with a recipe she wants me to try that I don't have something for.
Well, when there's like 12, you're bound to not have one of them.
Thanks, Ran.
I'm just saying. I did mix up an interesting recipe today, though. It was by Darth Vapor. It was from the Flavora recipe book. It had like 6 ingredients in it. It's called Sun-Kissed Melons. It's got lemonade, cantaloupe, wild melon, pink guava, and lime, all from Flavora. It's pretty good.
Sounds pretty citrusy.
Yeah, it is definitely citrusy. But it's nice. I like citrusy stuff.
What percent was the total percent at the end of the day?
Just under 5. So they are all pretty low. That's why I mixed his, because you know me, I mix low. And I didn't want to butcher anything, so I wanted to mix it as it was supposed to be. So I went with his because they're on the lower side. And I also mixed Cardinal as it's supposed to be, not butchering it. And it was actually good. It was way better than when I had halved everything. So
cool.
That's what I mixed.
I'll have to keep that in mind for springtime. I like spring and summer is when I'll do citrus.
I went on a heavy cream binge, and I think my palate got tired of it already. It happened, when I say a binge, I mean like 3 weeks. But I was just doing a lot of eggnogs. I think that what happened was rich cinnamon happened. I had done a dilution of rich cinnamon. I think it was one that either Rin or JJ, or maybe it was Leilani. Somebody sent me a little bit of rich cinnamon. And so I poured it all and made a dilution, 10% dilution. And then what was left in the bottle, that's just the wet part of it, I used that to make a tobacco with. And that was all it took. I was rich cinnamon out. That was it. And there wasn't even any there. It was just
flavored bottle.
Yeah, it was just a flavored bottle.
That's all you need.
And then I screwed up. And you know the lid on the bottle? I, by mistake, put it on my tobacco, my other tobacco. And now that tastes like rich cinnamon. There was none in there. It was just the lid. Stuff is
just seeping right through the plastic.
It's like that Effie peanut, like that, like contaminated the whole box, and it was sealed in a separate bag on top of the box, and it's everything smelled like peanut.
What does cinnamon do to a tobacco? Now I'm kind of intrigued.
I mean, it's good. It just brings in some spice. I mean, I've used cinnamon. I mean, have you ever had Deadly Sin? I mean, that had cinnamon, cinnamon Danish swirl in it, and butterscotch and RY4. It's an old recipe. So I'm using all these pods here recently. So I was revisiting other recipes, and I figured I'd try the rich cinnamon with some Soho and some shade and some. I mean, I made a tobacco with the new tobaccos with some the Oriental from Flavora, and then I just put it in that bottle. Let's see what it does. And I used some butterscotch, some smoked butterscotch, and it was just one of the verified recipes. But I was just trying to use that bottle for a tobacco that would end up tasting kind of like a version of Deadly Sin.
Nice.
And then I was done.
And then I was done.
Over.
All right. Well, guys, it's about that time. I've had so much fun talking with you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Anytime.
It was fun. Thank you.
Well,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
yeah, everyone have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for
Happy
hanging out.
holidays.
Thank you to our sponsors, E-cig Express in Bull City, and of course, Flavora, Bryson, you rock, and all the flavors. And Wayne, thanks so much for promoting us on your channel. And everyone have a good Christmas.
And
Love
thank
each
you,
other.
Friction. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.